the whole crux of the discussion is, why are you frustrated?
Okay.
The reason I get agitated with the world is because I expect it to be one way and it turns out another way. That's the only problem.
Right.
There is no problem with the world in that regard, or to put it another way, the cause of my frustration is never the world. Right now, there may be triggers in the world. The trigger is my friend turning up half an hour late, but a trigger is not a cause. The cause of my frustration was my expectation, because if I had no expectation, if that particular demand that she be on time, if that demand was not there, then when she didn't turn up on time, it's not possible for me to be frustrated. If I demand that every day the weather is sunny, then when it's rainy, when it's cloudy, I'll be upset. If I don't have that demand, then the weather can do whatever it likes and I won't be upset. So it's our own demands and it's our own expectations that cause that sense or that feeling of conflict and antagonism with the world. The tendency for us is to blame the world. You turned up at 3:30. We said 3 o'clock. Now, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely right with regards to the fact that she violated the obligation that she agreed to. You agreed to something. The reason you are frustrated is because your expectations are not being met. Now, how you deal with situations is then different. When it gets to 3:25 and she hasn't turned up, okay, you call her and cancel.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm 10 minutes away, sorry, I can't. I've got to be somewhere at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And that's her fault. And if she's agitated, she has to deal with that. How you deal with situations is an entirely different thing. How you relate to the situation, that you have control over. You don't have control over what other people will do, how they will act. You only have control over your own mind and its expectations and its demands.
Yeah.
It takes development of the intellect. Right? It's the intellect which is aware of the mind's activities. It's the intellect which makes correct assessment of the environment. And so you need to strengthen that, and then it just functions continuously everywhere. We've given that example before. If you go to a gym every day and strengthen your muscles, everywhere you go, the muscles are being used. When you're walking up the stairs, when you're carrying your shopping, when you're standing at your workplace for an hour, that strength of muscle is taken with you everywhere you go. As you develop your intellect by practice in the morning, you take that with you everywhere you go. And so when life throws its little road bumps at you, you just take them in your stride. Yeah, and what we've allowed, the way that we've lived all these years, is to allow the mind to run indiscriminately to whatever it wants. That is how we've lived our lives, and so now the mind thinks it's in charge. And so whatever the mind wants, whatever the mind expects, whatever it demands, when it doesn't get fulfilled, we get agitated. But if we have educated ourselves to understand the nature of the world, that it's constantly changing, and it will always throw up something different to what we're expecting, then we just, okay, now what's happening? Okay, this, deal with it, move on. Now what is there? Okay, this has changed, okay, deal with it, move on. How do I deal with it? Now what do I do? Instead, we waste our time complaining about the fact that the situation has changed. We waste all of our mental energies complaining about it and feeling frustrated. We should be investing those mental energies into, okay, the situation is different. Now how do I have to respond as a result?